Hey up guys, VXWK here. This is the guide to the Halloween 2017 event. So you want to start off in the Grand Exchange to buy the first few items, and that would be a vial of water, a bucket, you can fill that up at any fountain on your way round, some tin and some grain. And if you remember, it's probably recommended to get a couple of Varrock and a couple of lumbridge teleports, as well as a couple of stamina potions. So this quest starts off in Lumbridge, so once you've bought those items, go straight to Lumbridge. You can either use a tab or home teleport. Then you want to speak to Death, who's in the graveyard at Lumbridge. And he's going to give you a task to find 6 ghosts in Varrock. So the next thing to do after speaking to him would be to break your Varrock teleport. So once in Varrock, the first thing to do would be to go to the East Fountain. So just go straight east, and there's a little fountain here, and that's where the first ghost is. You just have to click on him, and then it strikes it off the little note that Death gave you. So then go straight back to the middle fountain and go west, just to next to the anvil, and there should be the next one there. That'd be the ruined building ghost. Then next off you want to go straight out of the east gate, out of the west gate, sorry, and then down to the mine below. And there'll be another one in the mine here. So basically all these items that we're picking up are related to these ghosts, but we've obviously already gone from the Grand Exchange, so the tin, the water. The next one's going to be in the wheat field, which is just to the south of Varrock down here. But this way it's better than having to come out and pick them all yourself. So the next ghost will be in this wheat field here. And then the next one he's stood by some berries, I think they're called Tomberries, and you need to make sure you pick one because all these items are going into a potion, but this one can't be bought off the Grand Exchange. This is the one that you need to get yourself. So just appear next to these blueberries as your next ghost, and you make sure you get some of those Tomberries. And then the last ghost, because you should have 5 marks off the list now, is in the altar in the south of Varrock. So if you just run north from here, you'll be right next to the altar room, so you can just place your flag in it and your guy will run round himself. So yeah, I'll just show you on the map here. So this is where the Tomberries are, and the altar room is just above there. So once you've made it here into this altar room, you just need to click on the last ghost and that'll strike off the whole list. And then you need to head across the road to the Apocethary. So once you're inside here, just speak to the Apocethary guy in here and click the Halloween event option, and he's going to say you need some items to make the potion, so you're handing the tin, the wheat, and the vial of water, and the berries that you picked as well. So then from here you need to head back across the road again to the altar, because you should have a murky potion in your inventory now. So you're heading back across the road now towards the altar. You need to use the murky potion that you've got on the altar, which will change it into some kind of special potion which is a lot brighter in colour, and then you've got to use this potion on the ghost that stood next to the altar, and then it'll trigger a cutscene. So this next part I've done in pictures because there's a lot of guys in this next building, so I thought it'd be easier to show you in pictures. So you're going to get spawned into this house, and in the desk is going to be a sapphire, and then you need to use this sapphire on the small window with the moonlight coming through it, which I've circled there for you. This will then spawn a special little pattern on the wall opposite, which I've circled there, and you need to use a bucket of water on that. And then from there, if you don't have a bucket of water, there is a well just to the east of this building, so you need to take the book from in front of the sofa, read it, and then use it with the bookshelf. And then you need to open the drawer next to it, and from there you should have this weird note with like multiplication on it. So you just need to clean the 4 walls that I've circled here, and then it'll bring up the 4 numbers. And then the last step is to search the rug that's on top of this trapdoor in the top corner of the room, and then it should reveal the trapdoor below. So I'll show you that step there. So you search the rug, then it reveals the trapdoor, and then in front of that trapdoor you've got to use the clap emote, and then that'll trigger another cutscene here. So we're going to go down into this little underground room now, and in the chat options, when you speak to this guy who's sat on the little bench over there, Jarvis I think his name is, make sure at the end of it when you say how you're going to trap the person that you click underwater. That's the option that you've got to pick, and every time he stops you need to throw a bucket of water on him. There is like a barrel in there with water, so you can keep filling up your bucket and then throwing the water over him. So once you've done that, you should be able to get a boat from the pier at the place back to, and then click Wizard's Tower. So at Wizard's Tower you need to come and speak to the guy on the top floor here, and he'll give you a little note with anagrams on it, and you've got to perform 3 emotes in front of the guy. So it's spin, then headbang, then blow kiss. So you'll see me do them here. So spin, headbang, then blow kiss, and then from that he should give you this bubble, which is what you're going to need to trap this ghost guy that's killing everyone. So once you've done that, go back down the staircase and back to the boat, and then you can go from there, you can go back to the island. So once you're back on the island, you just need to run round to the other side of the pier where Jarvis is. So you got from where you originally got the boat over there, you come round to this side and then speak to Jarvis, who's going to give you some diving apparatus. So he's going to give you a tank to go on your back, and then a little like fish bowl to go on your head. So now climb down the little chain there, and you're going to spawn down here, and you just need to speak to Jarvis, who's right next to you at the start. I didn't actually manage to record this bit because it cut it out, but once you've spoken to him, just go up to the furthest point north, and then it'll trigger a cutscene and this guy will spawn in. So what you need to do is perform emotes that are kind of taunting him. So I found the easiest one was probably bow, because it's a really quick one that you can cancel out of easily. So you just want to do that, and as soon as you've started doing the emote, just click out the way as fast as you can. I just start like spam clicking as soon as I can. So it's kind of easy to tell where you need to be taken in, because the red coral is kind of where you need to be standing, or most of the time anyway. If you get hit by him 3 times, that'll reset the... It won't kill you, you don't take any damage when he hits you, but if you take 3 hits, then that's it, it like resets. There are a few checkpoints throughout the way. I think there's 2 checkpoints. So you just see the route that you need to take here. You can throw arrows diagonally or straight. So just do bow and then keep clicking out of the way. I've found it the easiest to do that. I'm not going to speed this bit up because you're probably going to need to be watching it if you don't know exactly where to go. On this one you can go all the way up to the end. You can see the red coral there at the top of the screen, or you can just do it in this place where I do it if you feel confident enough, if you feel like you're quick enough to do that. This is probably the most tedious part of the whole quest, but it's pretty much nearly done now. This is like the last big step in the quest, really. So yeah, once you get through to this side, that's a checkpoint. So you just need to come through the other side here. You can follow him through and then come down, because that coral that's there behind him now is not there. It's just because I died and then it respawns the coral afterwards, which is no big deal. So this is probably the point where you probably don't really know what to do. I had a trouble finding this bit. But you just come all the way round to the left hand side. You've got like 10 years to move out of the way of this arrow. So once it's over to that point, you need to come back round the loop to that little kind of crossroad bit there. At the time I didn't realise, but it is a lot easier when you're looking at the red coral where you need to be standing. So for this very last point you just need to stand right in front of the trap and then move out of the way and it'll trigger the cutscene. So you need to use the bubble on him when he tells you to, and then he's going to stab Jarvis because the bear trap doesn't trigger properly. And then you'll see yourself throwing the little ball and then you've captured him, so that's pretty much quest complete there. So yeah, here you pull the old Scooby-Doo, take his mask off, and then that will go into your inventory, and that'll be one of the the event rewards for this. So once you're back up top, you can. Your guy just says I should tell the Grim Reaper about this, so you can just do the lumbridge teleport. So yeah, when you go and speak to the guy, that'll end the quest, and you'll get this year's rewards and the rewards of all the previous year's Halloween events if you haven't done them. So yeah, it's a bit of a long one, this event, but it's not too hard really. You don't need any special requirements. So yeah, if this has helped you out at all, slap the like button. Thanks for watching. If you want to add me in game, my name's been on the bottom left, Molyneux throughout, so thanks for watching, see ya.